sure there's no sandwich crumbs in it. So today I'm working on Penn Avenue to the mall metro. It's a relatively small one. I'm pretty sure I already have all of the pieces I need to get it done without requiring anything extra. So that should make it a little bit easier. No, it doesn't leave a nasty taste in my mouth. Again, like we talked about the last time we had this discussion, it's a little bit like just your taste. Some people like mustard, some people can't stand mustard. Some people like whiskey, some people like vodka, you know. Some people just don't like alcohol. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, Game Hawk. Popular party trick. Alright, so it's been a minute since I've worked with interiors, so I gotta refine all my shit. Alright, what are we starting with? Let's see, so we should start with Met Halls. Hey, welcome to the stream, Evil's End, and hello again, NCR Trooper. It's been a minute since I was able to stream last, so it's nice to see everybody again. That's not quite right. How often do I stream? It really just kind of depends on my mood. I actually haven't streamed for about a week, which is unusual for me. I've been going through some stuff, which I'm always going through some stuff, it seems like. I try to stream every day whenever I am streaming. I usually try to stream every morning around this time. Every now and then I'll stream later in the afternoon with my girlfriend as well, because she's a huge Fallout fan. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then a corner. Yeah, I was a big fan of the old subway system too. A lot of it's one of those things where like a lot of people said that it's really confusing, and it was one of their least favorite parts of the game. And I can understand that to an extent, but I feel like that actually helped with just the overall feeling of the wasteland. Shit's confusing, yo. But actually, I have to admit, the ability to run does make it feel a deal bit like a good bit smaller than it actually is, because you're, well, yeah, because you're able to fucking run all over the place. So this one needs to be an exit. Awesome. Sick. I haven't messed with the interiors since these tunnels have actually been fixed. Wait, hold on a second. Oh no. Mistakes were made. This is actually supposed to be like this. Poop. But goddamn, Junders did such a good fucking job on these. These aren't even the final textures, but they look just so good. Like, if I could marry a tile set, this would be it. But considering I live in Alabama, that'll never be possible. King, it's 2018, man. Come on, like, read the room, get with the picture. You need to be on you need to be on the winning side of history. Ooh, that's hard to say with a straight face. Actually, I almost, even though these are temporary textures, I almost want to save them just in case I ever want to make a pre-war version, because like they're so clean and everything. Like, this looks like what it should look like before the war. Like, it's just dirty enough to still be a subway, but it's still clean enough that it hasn't been abandoned for, you know, 200 plus years. They do love the popular textures. Well, or the clean textures, I meant to say. That would, of course, have to be done with Gender's permission, since he is, of course, the author of these textures, clean or otherwise. And who knows? Maybe I'll be able to use it for my own machinima purposes, since that's the thing that I do, that machinima business. Am I crazy? No, okay, there it is. So, it should only be... So this is the fun part, because I have to try to make sure that this top part lines up, but the way the tile set works is really fucking weird. So that should be the second one, and then a third one, and then the corner inwards. Riveting entertainment here. Alright, now an inwards corner. And then does that just go straight across? Yes. Okay. Leave me alone. Though I should probably actually save this. What is my naming convention again? RTL, sick. 2, today is 13, 2, when is Friday? It is the 16th, so 2/13 to 2/16, 2018. That is how I name all my files, so that way I know exactly which cycle something is from if I fuck up. Alright, so we got that part set up. Now I get to decide how far across it is, so let's get this corner. Fucking delete that fog effect. Let's delete you since we don't have you right now anyway. Actually, it's a really easy thing. Give me just 1 second and I'll explain it. So this is like double piece, weirdly enough. So from that corner, there's 1, 2, and then another corner. So let me pop you right here. And then should be the inner part of another turn here. Alright, and so based on that alone, this should all be roughly correct? Anyway, so the way I do that is whenever you have an object selected, you can hold Alt and scroll while you're holding Alt, and it'll let you scroll through the list. It'll only work for certain things, like say if you really it'll let you scroll through the same kit in alphabetical order. So that's why I'm able to scroll through these pieces specifically, is because they're named accordingly. But if I scroll too far, eventually it'll get to like other pieces like this, and that's not what I need. So it's really easy it makes it really easy for you to like decide or to like really quickly test out certain parts of a kit while you're building. It's especially helpful when you're building something custom as opposed to me, where I'm rebuilding an actual like thing. Interesting. So this actually has 2 empty spots. And then it continues from there. And hey, Bud Boom, welcome to the stream. So yeah, this is like directly over the crossing as it should be. So it does appear to be scaled correctly. Rocket, I love you. You're a very good doggy. Shut the fuck up, please. Don't walk under me and growl. That's the exact opposite of what I wanted. Don't do that. Nobody's gonna like you. This is why people don't like you, Rocket. You're too angry for your own good. Hey, no problem, Evil Zans. I can't really illustrate it right this exact moment because these don't have any texture swaps. Give me just 1 second and I'll show you something else cool that you can do that's in a very similar vein and it can help out a lot too, especially with making variations. If you go to, let's say, let's use one of the interior wallpaper sets. So you go to interiors, then you go to, I think, buildings, maybe? Yeah, you go to building, and then you have your basic interior wallpaper, or tile sets and all that stuff. And I like to use the wallpaper set a lot, which is WLP. So let's go to the small wall kit and throw down a wall here. What is this telling me? I don't care if the default is a bad. What I don't. Leave me alone. Anyway. Let's throw down a wallpaper, like a small wallpaper set. And so if you hold Alt and scroll, you obviously get different pieces and different things like that, which can help for variation too, because there are different parts of the, like different versions of the wall with holes and plugs and stuff like that that you can do. But if you hold Alt and, well, let me get back to the, I like a clean wall. Where'd it go? I need to scroll up, that's what I'm doing. Like this right here. So if you click that, hold Alt and Shift, and scroll, you'll actually scroll through the different texture sets that can be potentially applied to this wall. And the same thing goes for a lot of different things. And the way you would do that manually, just so you can check to see if it does have different materials that you can switch through, is you double click it, you go to extra, and there's this thing right here that says material swap. If you drop that down, you can see that it has a bunch of different things that you could potentially scroll through using Alt-Shift. Not everything has alternate textures, or material swaps as it's called, but a lot do. So, you know, it's a good way to experiment and everything. Una palabra ustedes un genio, gracias por hacer eso con los foros. Luciano Montesino. I don't understand Spanish very well. I think I kind of get an understanding of what you're saying. I see gracias in there. So whatever you're thanking me for, you're welcome. Rocket, please stop. I've actually got to go to my BRB screen real quick and mute my microphone. I gotta go check on a couple things because I think I might have an inspection here in just a second. Okay, sorry about that. Uh, whew. Sorry, that was like a major inspection that I fortunately think I just managed to get away with not having to do. Which, I mean, my apartment's clean and everything like that, so it's not too much of an issue, but whenever they threaten you and say that you might get kicked out of your apartment because they don't think that your apartment is clean enough for their standards, it's a little scary knowing that your livelihood is in somebody else's hands, and it could just depend on how much they like you. Hey, Scout. I can't follow along with this conversation. So this is an interesting little bit of whatever the fuck. Especially since it's like actually made out of individual pieces. That is interesting. Before I do that though, I'm going to go ahead and move on over this way and get this little part here done. Shit. No, wait, it's fine. There's only 4 pieces here. Okay, so I can just move that forward a little bit. Oh, thank Christ. Oh, that scared me. I thought I was gonna have to like move every single fucking individual piece. Oh, this is also not centered either. Cool. Okay, that's about as centered as it's gonna get, I think. Alright, good, there's no seams. This tile set that I am currently working with it's a recreation of a tile set from Fallout 3. It is not the tile set itself. It is completely redone from scratch, but made to the same... Oh, shit. Thank you very much for the follow, Ario. Or Eric. I actually can't read that font. I'm going to have to change that. Damn it. I thought it looked pretty nice, too. But this was a tile set that was remade to the specifications of the original tile set by our 3D artist, Junders Plunkett, who, aside from having a really fun name to say, is also, from eyewitness accounts, I've been told is sexy. Do with that information what you will. I cannot judge what you think of that, so... So the only thing that I believe we're missing, thank you very much for the follow, GameHawk, is this set here. I don't think we have the Met Hall entrances yet. So I kind of have to stop here for now. And, wait, hold on. No, that's the exterior entrance. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to turn back here and work on everything in between for now. Which fortunately, like the security gate is like right at the end of this, so like I can still put a security gate there. So that way you can enter and exit it for testing purposes. But this will of course be completely 100% the same once we by the time we release. But for now, I've got to skip over it. I'll go ahead and put that gate there. Because why not? Let's see, is there a smaller one? I mean, there is. I guess I could technically scale it down too, without it looking like poo-poo. See, which way does that open? Yeah, that's fine. I no-scope your mom. Repeat that question, but without a question mark, no spaces, and an exclamation point at the beginning, because I now have that set up. And it's kind of annoying because I'll have to reset it up at the beginning of every stream every time I work on someplace new. But if you type in exclamation point, where is this? It'll tell you exactly where I'm working. Because it is actually really hard to read what it says. Oh wait, you guys don't even see that anymore. What it says at the top. Aside from that, though, I'm working on Pennsylvania Avenue to the Mall Metro. And yes, this is a metro station, or metro tunnel. And life is treating me, well, I mean, you forgot the exclamation point, GameHawk, but that also, and it also doesn't work on YouTube. It only works on Twitch, unfortunately. So there you go. If you want to listen to this music stream that I'm listening to as well, you can type in exclamation point music, and that'll provide a link to the stream I'm listening to. If you want a link to the website, type in exclamation point website, I think, and exclamation point Discord will provide a link to our public Road to Liberty Discord, where you can come in and chill out with other Fallout lovers and potentially, though not necessarily, get exclusive looks early at some of the content for the Capital Wasteland. Well, you're already too late for that, GameHawk. It's got a 60-second cooldown on it. But like it says up there, Penn Avenue to the Mall Metro. Website is spelled S-I-T-E. Not like eyesight. see, let's go back this way. There you go, I no scope your mom. Personally, I do actually prefer working on interiors. I feel like you can get a little bit more intimate with the details than you can working on exteriors. Personally, anyway. By intimate, do you mean tile wedding? Oh yeah, absolutely. It was fun when you and your girlfriend streamed. What happened? Nothing happened. She's just at work right now. Usually, whenever she comes home in the afternoon, I try my best to use that time to like actually spend some time with her, like either with her or on other things that I do with my time, like marrying tile sets, for example. Um, there are a handful of instances where something like that can happen. I can't think of any like prime examples off the top of my head, really. But usually, let's see, we really need to get these new water fountains. We don't have those already, do we? Doesn't look like we do. Anyway, I personally, I guess at that point it's really kind of up to whoever's working on what interior. Personally, I would like to, I try to make it a little bit more realistic, or especially early on when we didn't have certain assets, I would at least make sure that there is the same number of containers, and I would kind of change the placement up a little bit. That's not as necessary now because we have the majority of the containers that were in Fallout 3 now. I know the metal boxes were one that really annoyed me. Because whenever we first started the project, I would be placing these all around for the metal boxes when we needed these metal boxes instead. And these things, with their weird shape and everything, they don't always fit into the same spot that these ones do. But, so I've actually had to go through and change up a lot of my old interiors because of that. Guitar, what do I play on it? I play a handful of things. I don't really have any kind of, like, set, like, style or preferred genre or anything. It's just, whatever I feel like playing. I actually need to test real quick because I don't remember if these tunnels have collision or not, and that's actually something that would be really important. So what we got here, it's movable static. Oh, whatever, alien torso, sure. Nope. Alright, so I can place things down, but I won't be able to do Havoc Settle on them, which is a little annoying. Or, alternatively, just for now... let's see, I forgot how to do it, though. Create a collision plane. So if I do this, it's not necessarily perfect, but I can at least do Havoc Settling for now, and it's something that I can just go in and delete later. Hold on one second, I gotta check to make sure that wasn't my girlfriend. Because I might have to go and pick her up. Nope. Don't know what that message was, though. God damn it. Why the fuck is my phone blowing up? It's especially annoying whenever it doesn't fucking tell me what I'm being notified about. Anyway, so yeah, with this here, I'll have to test it here real quick, but I should be able to place things now. Let's try that out real quick. Nope, don't mean to scale it. Nope. Okay. You're not really doing your job there. Let's try that one more time. Hopefully this works. Nope. Okay. God damn it. Yeah, she's working today. She works almost every day. Because, you know, she's able to find a job. When I try to find a job, everybody's like, you haven't worked in 3 years. It doesn't really look very good. And it's like, well, no shit, because nobody would fucking hire me because I haven't worked. It's a vicious circle. It sucks. Anyway, I can place barrels all I want. I just can't turn them over, which is annoying. So I have to do it manually, at the very least for screenshots. Yeah, it's ass. About 8 different kinds of ass, too. And it especially sucks, because, like, it's something that we've talked about on stream before, so I'm sure she's fine with me talking about it, but, like, she was on disability for the majority of her life. And then one day, the government, our benevolent overlords, were like, your disability, you can't have it anymore. We're sorry. It sucks, but get a fucking job. Just like that. Like she hadn't worked from the time she was, you know, she never got the chance to work because she'd been on disability since she was like 13. And then she's 24, and the government's like, yeah, we're sorry that we've kind of like led you on and, you know, made you think that, like, you know, you're gonna be taken care of for your issues and everything for most of your life, but yeah, fuck off. And so yeah, she like immediately had to go out and get a job because like at the time I did have one that I ended up getting fired from. That's a whole nother story. But to her credit, she went and found one immediately. And I can't begin to describe how proud of her I am for that. But at the same time, it was a little frustrating. No, that's what it was. I had just been fired from my job. And I had been looking for one for a while, and that happened. And so she had to go and find a job. And she found one like immediately, like a week. She didn't look for a job for a week, and she was able to find one. And it was a little it was kind of a blow to the old ego a little bit, to the pride, you know, because it's like, God damn it, but she hasn't worked. What does she have that I don't? But at the same time, she's now had that job for almost a year at this point, and it's very tough for her because a lot of her disabilities had to do with social anxiety and stuff like that, and she's now working at a fast food restaurant. But she's doing it, you know, like I honestly can't believe how well she had adapted to it. She still has problems, but she does her best not to let them get to her. Yeah, this was something that had happened a while back, and hey, Malaru. But yeah, it was rough because we had to like figure something out and figure it out immediately because you know, we live in an apartment, so we needed money to make sure we had rent and to be able to pay for our stuff, like, you know, internet, which is something that we're actually currently having a problem with. It's kind of up there at the top. I didn't want to make it too big of a deal because I didn't want to like make people feel like they needed to do anything. But I'm currently accepting donations because for the second time, our ISP has canceled our auto draft, like the auto draft, or the auto pay, I should say, and they didn't tell us. So we're now a month late on our internet, and there's nothing that we can do about it because we don't make enough money to deal with it. And as of right now, the only money that I make personally is either from tips here on Twitch or from artwork commissions, and I don't get artwork commissions anymore, unfortunately. It sucks, but yeah. Her disability had to do, it revolved, like, if she was here, she'd be able to explain it a little bit better than I could. But her disability was related to severe social anxieties due to her upbringing, as well as severe scoliosis. Hey, thank you very much, Evil Zans. What about YouTube videos? YouTube videos don't get you as much money as you would think. And in fact, actually, to give you guys a little bit of insight on that, let me go ahead and pull up my my YouTube here on stream. You guys can't see it, but I do have it up here in front of me. This might take a second for me to navigate to the correct page for me to show or to explain this. But on my personal YouTube channel, I released the official trailer for the Capital Wasteland project. That video is currently sitting at like 150 something thousand, I think. I'm trying to figure out the exact number right here. It's taking a minute to load up my my videos because I kind of spam my own video feed with these streams, which fortunately I have them hidden. But so the Capital Wasteland Fallout 3 remake Road to Liberty mods Alpha and Omega teaser is currently sitting at exactly 160,466 views, and for 160,000, I have made, I believe, $22. YouTube's estimated revenue puts it at $34, but because I'm partnered with an MCM, a YouTube partner, they take like 20% of it. And again, it's also estimated revenue. It's not exact revenue. So for 160,000 views, I got $22. And that's also actually without that's actually for about 110,000 views, because for 50,000 views of that, the video was demonetized and I had to send a repeal, but it had already gotten 50,000 views before they accepted the repeal. Sorry, you might hear an echo because my Twitch feed started playing back to me. And yeah, I know stop smoking would be a good way to save money and everything, and I've tried, but it kind of comes down to, like, a stressful situation is a hard time to quit. Because every time I turn around, something goes wrong, and I don't have any other way to blow off steam, anything like that. If fucking Alabama would legalize, I wouldn't really have as much of a problem. If marijuana was, if I live in a state where marijuana was legalized, I would not smoke. Like, that's like guaranteed. I would never smoke if I could smoke weed, but I can't. It's legal here, and it probably will be for a while because Alabama is backwards as shit, and it sucks. I do buy packs, and I have thought about rolling, but if I start rolling, I at least want to get a roller, like an automatic roller, which those things can be a little expensive for us, right? Like as it is right now, because my girlfriend doesn't want me to roll cigarettes because you can get like tobacco stains on your fingers and shit like that, and she can't stand that. Like, it's something that she can't deal with. And I've also thought about vaping too. I actually used to vape, which, you know, people have their different opinions on it and different, you know, scientific articles and shit like that. So, you know, think of it what you will, but I did used to vape, and that was cheaper, but every single time I would get a vape, it would fucking break on me. I have tried lowering the amount used week by week. I've tried quitting cold turkey. I've tried lowering how much I smoke. The only thing I haven't really tried specifically, like specific techniques that I think would actually work out for me, is when I need to smoke a cigarette, smoke half a cigarette, and that's it, and then come back and smoke the half of that later, whenever the next time you need a cigarette. I feel like that might work out for me. Yeah. Some of the stuff that's supposed to help you like calm down, it, eh, a lot of that stuff doesn't work for me. Fidget cubes. I never tried fidget spinners. I didn't want to buy into that whole thing. Petting rockets and things like that. There's a lot of factors that go into it that I can't necessarily talk about because it involves me and Kayla and certain stresses between us. Like there's a lot of stuff that goes on that makes it impossible almost. Not, I don't want to say impossible. Nothing's impossible. I am a firm believer in that, but it makes it feel impossible at the very least. I have tried though, and I'm going to try again. I want to quit by the end of this year at the very least. One of the things that actually did help out, I have found was, what was it? It was, fucking, why can't I think right now? It was seeds. Thank you, Confessor. I really appreciate that. You have no idea. One of the things that really helped me out for a little bit was eating sunflower seeds. The only problem with that is that I go through sunflower seeds like a motherfucker. So it would end up, because those things are like, for the brand that's easily available. Ironically enough, talking about brands, I went through them so fucking quick. And they were like $1.25 to $1.50 a bag, so it would end up being almost more expensive than smoking. Hello again, Panet. I'm very stressed. I talked to Dog about it. Recommended by doctors. Play happy video games like Mario or fish. I wouldn't mind fishing, actually. I've never really been much of that kind of guy, despite living in the country. I used to go fishing a lot with my dad, my stepdad too. But I was never really super into it myself whenever I was younger. But I feel like I would appreciate it more now that I'm older. So that might be something worth looking into, but of course, yeah, I don't have any of the materials, like the gear for fishing. Happy games. Mario is, it depends on the game, first off, because the first 3 games, thank you very much, Naire. I really appreciate that. Again, I'm going to say that every time I hear that noise, but like, there's nothing else that I can really say except that I appreciate it. The earlier Mario games are so frustrating. But like Super Mario 64 or Super Mario Sunshine, man, if I could get my hands on a GameCube again, I would absolutely use those as a stress reliever. Especially Mario Sunshine because of the music. In fact, I might say fuck listening to this and like go listen to the Mario Sunshine soundtrack, because that is some tight ass tunes. I love it. Okay, so I want to try to do this real quick. Even though I get... Wait, this is supposed to be a fire barrel, maybe? No, it's not a fire barrel. It's just a really weird light. Okay. Yeah, because this light's orange and everything. But I want to try to do that. See if I can. So that's actually supposed to be this light here, I guess. Yeah, it's supposed to be this light here. I gotta decide which light would look best. I don't think harpoon fishing's fucked up necessarily. Like it's something that humans have done like forever. Like it's one of the ways. I mean, harpoon maybe, I don't know. It's a little bit different, I guess. It's a little bit different than a spear, which is a little bit more manual. So there's like more honor to it, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of like I don't know. I guess up to whoever is doing it, really. But yeah, you know, I'll try. I'll start trying the half idea today, right now. I'm only gonna smoke half of this cigarette. Let's see, what about Institute light fixture? No, that one kind of works, except it's got like a really bright glow to it, and I can't change the color of the light glow. That one's almost good, but it's too big. That one's too small. I definitely don't think that I'm going to quit smoking 100% because I do kind of like, I do like smoking is the thing. But I know that it's bad for me. I know that it's an expensive habit, but like maybe I'll cut back to like doing like a cigar every now and then or something like that, like a cigarillo. Yeah, yeah, we tried that too. But it got to a point where I just like I looked at Kayla and I was like, look, I can't. It's cold. It is cold as shit. I can't smoke outside right now, but I need a cigarette. And she begrudgingly was like, okay, fine. Alright, so I think this is gonna be like the best that I can really do for right now. But I want to make sure that it kind of like fits into the hole. Alright, so that's supposed to be hanging from a wire, or from a couple wires. So let's see if we can get that effect. Have it slightly tilted out this way and give it a little bit of a tilt this way, so that way it's not like perfect. And then spline endpoint marker, put one here, and then put one here. Connect those. Put that at like 1. I could actually have that hang a little bit more, I think. shit, I can't remember how to... There we go. And then duplicate that, and this one will be a straight wire. There we go. Let's see. If I'm very upset I played Doom. Doom could be an interesting one, potentially. I don't know about that one. Oh wait, that is a fire barrel. So why is that light on? Shit. Let's see. Do you think people will remaster this mod in the future? And yeah, no, like the light is shining on the barrel. Or if that light was actually on, it would be shining on the barrel. But all of this light here is from the fire. Like it's a fire barrel. Otherwise, this fire marker wouldn't be there. So I've got to do fire lighting, which I actually learned a little bit. I learned how to do lighting a little bit better, actually. So I want this to like really extend outwards. In fact, I should use the no shading or no shadow for this part, because I'm going to have this extend out pretty far. But then I'm going to go in here and go to the light, and I'm actually going to change the fade on this to about half of what it is. So that way the light is actually like a gradual change, as opposed to having like that hard circle look to it that a lot of vanilla lighting and even like lighting mods won't get rid of it. And it's actually something that looks really bad. So like instead of having like this very specific circle that you can really see well, it's even more obvious on other lights actually. But the fire lighting actually fades out pretty well. But having a very light fade out that extends outward and is very very faded, and then you take a shadow one and you make it to where it's extra bright, but it's like right on top of the barrel. What does the FOV change? I forget what that changes. I don't know if that really helps at all. Hold on. What if I change this to 100? I really feel like that doesn't change anything, but oh well. But you have a much more organic lighting whenever you do something like this. And that's actually why in Fallout 4, for some of the vanilla lights, you will see where they took a little extra care and did something like this, where they have one bright light source that's right next to the light, and then you'll have one that's faded out around the edge of it to make it look like natural, like faded lighting, as opposed to a lot of the fake lighting that Fallout 3 especially has, like this one right here. If I get rid of this, it makes this area super dark. But the thing is that there is no explicit light source that this is coming from. Yeah, I am trying to like kind of get away from the smoking talk and everything. It almost makes me like it almost makes me stressed just thinking about having to quit smoking. See, let's fuck up this area a little bit, because even though it's really clean here, we can still add in trash to make it look a little bit dirtier. And once the final textures are done, it'll look a lot dirty, a lot dirtier. Oh shit, hold on. And yeah, I've heard that a lot of people have been having issues with Fallout 3, especially on modern systems. Which unfortunately, that's just something that happens with a lot of older games like this. There's really not a lot you can do about it, except for try to look for like 800 different fixes that may or may not work for you, and it can get really frustrating. And that's one of the reasons why we're doing this in the first place. Not only that, but because we think that Fallout 3 would look good, would look better in an updated engine, and I feel like we can do it a more justice than the original if we do this right. Thank you. I have a lot of hats. It's kind of my thing. But this is one of my favorites. My personal favorite. I don't have it right next to me, I don't think. Hi. What are you doing, puppy? I didn't know you were right there. I might have to go and take puppy out. She's I think she's begging for me right now. Anyway, my favorite hat is an Enclave hat that I have. It's just got like the E with the stars around it. Ah, that's frustrating. There we go. Yeah, no, it actually is a really cool design. Like, that's one thing that No matter what I say about Bethesda, because I will shit talk Bethesda a lot, even though I do love them to death, I will shit talk them a lot. Uh, but they are really good whenever it comes to like their graphic designs and things like that. Like the fucking the Brotherhood of Steel logo, the Brotherhood or the Outcast logo, uh, the Minutemen, even as simple as it is, like they all look good. What was I looking for exactly? Paper. I need paper debris, not payer. They, I don't know. I do kind of feel like they've lost sight of their fans and that they only care about money now. Which, I mean, money is always, always. There's never going to be a point where money isn't a factor in gaming. Even for people who just like making video games and they love their fans and everything like that, if they don't make money, then they can't do that. But I feel like Bethesda stopped caring about their fans along, like, with Morrowind, to be entirely honest. Because that was the last game that really catered to what their fans specifically wanted and needed in a game. Because after that, with Oblivion and going forward, they just started dumbing down their systems. All right, I'm gonna have to go ahead and uh, take my puppy out, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and switch this out for one that is unlit. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing throughout some of these because some of these have them, some of them don't. So for this one, it's only got 2, and they're in the back 2 corners over here. Hold on, Rocket. I'm going to take you. Don't worry, puppy. But I've got to entertain people, puppy. I know, I know. Alright, then there's 2 more here. Alright, so I'll leave you guys with a nice, like, screensaver for now. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'll mute my microphone, but I'll keep the music on, and I'll be back as soon as I'm done taking her.
it ain't full, it's blank. If you don't spend, you bank. If it ain't Bing, it's Frank. It's gotta be this or that. Who can it be if it ain't me? I know it's not your mother. Can't you see it's gotta be one way or the other? Tell me what I must know. If you don't like, I'll go. If it ain't yes, it's no. It's gotta be this or that. Tell me what I must know. If you don't like, I'll go. If it ain't yes, it's no. It's gotta be this or that. It's gotta be this or that.
Way down among Brazilians, coffee beans grow by the billions, so they've got to find those extra cups to fill. They got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. You can't get cherry soda, 'cause they've got to sell their quota. And the way things are, I guess they never will. They've got a zillion tons of coffee in Brazil. No tea or tomato juice, you'll see. No potato juice, 'cause the planters down in Sanders all say no, no, no. A politician's daughter was accused of drinking water and was fined a great big $50 bill. They got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. And when their ham and eggs need savor, coffee ketchup gives them flavor. Coffee pickles way outsell the dill. Why they put coffee in the coffee in Brazil. No tea, or tomato juice, you'll see. No potato juice, 'cause the planters down in Sanders all say no, no, no. So you'll add to the local color, serving coffee with a cruller. Dunking doesn't take a lot of skill. They got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. Man, they got a gang of coffee in Brazil. Hey, Pedro, get the flashlight. I cannot find the sugar.
How do you feel? Baby, thanks up to go. Well, how do you feel when your baby thanks up to go? And your daddy, I don't want you no more.
Well, I'm back, but my webcam seems to have stopped. Not really sure why my webcam decided to stop working, but it did. I don't know if I can get it fixed. Hold on one second. Okay, well, um, right as I get back, my girlfriend messaged me, and I have to go and pick her up from work. So I really wish I could figure out why exactly my webcam stops working like this. It didn't used to do that. But I'll be able to get it rebooted, and we'll probably stream whenever I get back. So if you guys want to chill out for, you know, now, we'll be back here in about 15 to 20 minutes for it should give enough time for me to go and pick her up and come back, and we'll be able to get this whole camera situation fixed. And yeah, I'm guessing that's the case, but at the same time it's a little weird because, like, I can't reboot it. It's really weird because I'm usually able to do that whenever it's having an issue. But not today. No, sir. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here, and we'll be back here in about 15 to 20 minutes.